like spring, all blossom in soft rain. The world turned green around you, flowers bloom from pain. I thought was permanent, you thought the frozen ground of my heart, and in your warmth new life was found. You were the lengthening of days, the return of birds home. You were the evidence the winter hadn't lasted long. I soaked you in the light, the growth, the possibility. I thought you were the climate change, you were just a season visiting me. You were a season, beautiful and brief. You were the summer solstice, the longest day of grief, disguised as joy. You were autumn's golden fading light. You were the winter that came quietly in the night. You were a season, and seasons always end. You were the chapter that my heart couldn't comprehend. Was never the whole book. You were a season bright and true, but seasons passed and winter came, and I'm still here without you. I should've known that spring doesn't last forever, that blossoms fall, that bird song ceases, that fair weather is a temporary gift, not a permanent state of being. I should've known that you were passing through, not seeing that I was trying to make you the whole year, the climate, the sky. I was trying to build a life around your temporary high, but you were never meant to stay, you were never meant to rule. You were the season of my happiness, not the perennial fruit. You were a season, beautiful and brief. You were the summer solstice, the longest day of grief, disguised as joy. You were autumn's golden fading light. You were the winter that came quietly in the night. You were a season, and seasons always end. You were the chapter that my heart couldn't comprehend. Was never the whole book. You were a season bright and true, but seasons passed and winter came, and I'm still here without you. I'm learning to love all the seasons now, not just the spring. I'm learning that winter has its own beauty, its own quiet thing to teach me. I'm learning that I am not defined by the weather of your love. I am the whole climate, I am the forever. You were a season, and I thank you for the bloom, but I am learning to love the whole year of my own. You were a season, and seasons always change, but I am not a season, I am the entire range. You were a season, and I am finally ready for the year of just me. Just me. For years I carried us both. I was the engine and the fuel rule. I was the navigator, the captain, the deckhand, and the rule. I planned our future, mapped our route, anticipated every storm that kept us moving forward, kept us safe, kept us warm. You rode in the passenger seat, watching the scenery pass. You make occasional suggestions, but you never touched the gas. You said you were along for the ride, that you trusted my design. You said my love was enough for two. You said your heart was mine. But I carried us both and my back is broken now. I carried your weight, your doubts, your distance. You're somehow always being just out of reach. I carried your potential, your someday, your maybe. I carried the hope that you'd eventually carry me, baby. I carried us both, and I'm tired, I'm so tired I can't stand. You had two working arms, two working legs, two working hands, but you never used them, you never carried any weight. I carried us both, and now I'm closing the gate. I didn't mind at first, I was strong, I was capable, I was game. I thought if I just carried us far enough, you'd eventually do the same. I thought you were resting, gathering strength for the long haul ahead. I thought you'd see my sacrifice and rise from your passenger bed, but you never did. You got comfortable in your seat, you got used to the ride, to the rhythm of my feet pounding the pavement. You got used to not having to steer, and I got used to carrying the weight of your presence, the weight of your cheer. But I carried us both, and my back is broken now. I carried your weight, your doubts, your distance. You're somehow always being just out of reach. I carried your potential, your someday, your maybe. I carried the hope that you'd eventually carry me, baby. I carried us both, and I'm tired, I'm so tired I can't stand. You had two working arms, two working legs, two working hands, but you never used them, you never carried any weight. I carried us both, and now I'm closing the gate. I'm not carrying anything anymore, I've set down the load. I'm sitting on the side of the road, catching my breath on this cold of silence. I'm learning that I don't have to carry anyone to be worthy of love. I'm learning that I am enough even when I'm not carrying the weight of. I carried us both, but I'm not carrying you anymore. I'm not carrying your weight, I'm not carrying the score, I'm not carrying the hope that you'll evenly change. I'm not carrying the burden of your emotional range. I carried us both, but now I only carry me. And it's light, and it's easy, and it's finally free. I used to love with my whole chest, with abandon and with faith. I used to give myself completely, never thinking of the wraith, the loss that might await me at the end of every try. I used to lead without looking, trust without asking why. But you taught me caution, you taught me to hold back. You taught me that love is a deficit, a debt and attack on my own resources. You taught me that giving everything away is not a strength but a weakness. It's not a prayer, it's a praise. This is my diminished capacity, my reduced ability to feel. You didn't just break my heart, you broke the entire deal I had with love. You didn't just leave me, you left me afraid to try again and trust again and let a new love be made. My diminished capacity, I don't give as much as I could. I hold pieces back, now I protect my own goods. I used to love like a river full and flowing and free. Now I love like a cautious stream, careful not to be. started dating again last year. He's kind, he's good, he's stable. He shows up on time, he calls when he says he will. He's able to express his feelings. He's everything you want, and still I catch myself holding back, protecting, not giving my heart's percent. He asked me why I seem so distant, sometimes so reserved and slow. I said, I'm just cautious, it takes me a while to know. I didn't tell him about you, I didn't tell him about the cost. I didn't tell him that the best parts of my loving are the parts I lose. This is my diminished capacity, my reduced ability to feel. You didn't just break my heart, you broke the entire deal I had with love. You didn't just leave me, you left me afraid to try again, to trust again, to let a new love be made. My diminished capacity, I don't give as much as I could. I hold pieces back, now I protect my own goods. I used to love like a river, full and flowing and free. Now I love like a cautious stream, but streams can grow into rivers again. Capacity can increase. The heart is a muscle, it can learn to release its grip on self-protection. I'm not broken, I'm just healing. I'm not diminished, I'm just learning a different way of feeling. My diminished capacity, but capacity can grow. I'm not the same lover I was before you, no, but I'm learning to love in a new careful way. Now it's just different, not diminished, just delayed. My diminished capacity, but every day a little more water in the river. Every day a little more to pour. My diminished capacity, but I am not diminished, I am just beginning to be replenished. We had our own language, you and I, a lexicon of us. Words that meant something only we could recognize and trust. Coffee wasn't just coffee, it was Sunday morning in our favorite cafe. Drive wasn't just drive, it was the coastal road we took that day. You almost said you loved me, but stopped just short of the word. Rain wasn't just rain, it was a storm we weathered undeterred. We built an entire vocabulary from the small things of our life. A is for the argument we never quite resolved. B is for the bedroom where our problems we dissolved. C is for the cat we adopted. D is for the dreams we deferred. E is for the end. E is for the end of every word. You erased our alphabet, letter by letter, word by word. You made our language foreign, our vocabulary absurd. You took the words we shared and emptied them with meaning. You took our private lexicon and set it all careening into silence. Now coffee is just coffee, drive is just drive. Now the words we used to share are barely alive. In my memory erased our alphabet, the grammar of our love. And I'm left with a dictionary that no longer fits like a glove. I try to speak in a language, but the words don't sound the same. They echo in the spaces where you used to give them name. I say remember the beach, and the word beach just hangs in the air without context. without history, without the weight of our care. I say our song and realize the song is just notes and beats. Without us, it's just music. Without us, it's incomplete. You took the meaning with you when you walked out the door. You left me with the dictionary, but the definitions are no more. You erased our alphabet, letter by letter, word by word. You made our language foreign, our vocabulary absurd. You took the words we shared and emptied them of meaning. You took our private lexicon and set it all careening into silence. Now coffee is just coffee, drive is just drive. Now the words we used to share are barely alive. In my memory, erased our alphabet, the grammar of our love. And I am left with a dictionary that no longer fits like a glove. I am in a new language now, the language of just me. It has no words for us, it has no we, it has no history, no inside jokes, no secret shared design. It's a simpler vocabulary, but at least it's mine. You erased our alphabet, but I am learning to spell again. New words, new sounds, a language that doesn't need you to translate. You erased our alphabet, but I am writing a new dictionary, and the first word is me. I used to love December, the cold, the quiet, the snow, the way the world would slow down, the way the light would glow, soft and golden through the frost on the window pane. I used to love the ending of the year, the gentle wane of daylight. I used to love the excuse to stay inside, to wrap myself in blankets, to let the weather hide me from the world. December wasn't my month, my time, my peace. December was the season of my soul's release. But now it's this constant December, a permanent frozen state. The cold never leaves, the snow doesn't abate. The world outside keeps turning, the seasons change and shift, but inside me it's always December. Always the cold, always the drift of snow across the landscape of my heart. You left in April, but you brought December with you when you left. And now it's all I've got, this constant December, this endless frosty rain. I don't know how to make it spring again. The calendar says July, the sun is high and bright. My friends are at the beach, soaking up the light. And I'm here in sweaters with the heat turned up to high. My internal thermometer can't seem to register July. I check the weather forecast every morning, hoping for a change, but the forecast for my heart is always the same, always strange in its consistency. Always cold, always gray, always December, always the day you went away. But now it's this constant December, a permanent frozen state. The cold never leaves, the snow doesn't abate. The world was there, it was there, it was there today. This constant December, it's been years now, but I think I saw a crack of light in the clouds. This constant December, it's not forever. Nothing is, not even the cold, not even the grief, not even the absence of you. This constant December, but I think I feel a thought, just a beginning, but it's there, this constant December. Maybe, finally, maybe it's giving way to January. Talked about forever like it was a place we'd go, a destination we'd arrive at, a steady flood of time. Town we talk about growing old together, about the porch swing and the grape. In our hair we talked about the grandchildren we'd spoil, the games we'd play. Forever was a currency, the language of our love. We spent it freely, carelessly, like there was enough to last. We didn't know that forever was a loan, not a gift. We didn't know that forever had a limitless, a cliff. And then came the morning after forever, the day after the end, the sunrise after the last sunset, the silence after the amen. I woke up and forever was a word that had no meaning. I woke up and the future was a blank gray endless screening of nothing. The morning after forever, the day after always, the hour after eternity, the minute after our days. I didn't know how to wake up to a world without our forever in it. I didn't know how to face the morning after forever, even for a minute. The alarm went off at 7, just like it always did. I reached for you across the bed, found only the cold, empty grid of sheets. And I remembered forever had ended yesterday. The forever we had promised each other had given way to the forever we didn't have. The forever that was just a word, the forever that was never real. The forever I had heard but not understood. I got out of bed, made coffee, fed the cat. I did all the ordinary things. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I did that. And then came the morning after forever, the day after the end, the sunrise after the last sunset, the silence after the amen. I woke up and forever was a word that had no meaning. I woke up and the future was a blank gray and the screening of nothing. The morning after forever, the day after always, the hour after eternity, the minute after our days. I didn't know how to wake up to a world without our forever in it. I didn't know how to face the morning after forever, even for a minute. It's been 3 years since the morning after forever, 3 years, 4 months, a week. I don't think about forever much anymore. It's a word I no longer speak, but sometimes in the quiet of the morning, when the light is soft and gray, I remember the after forever. I survived it. I survived the day after always. I survived the minute after eternity. And then I survived the next day, and the next, and the next. The morning after forever was the first morning of my new life. It wasn't forever, but it was a beginning. The morning after forever, I learned that forever is not a destination, it's a choice you make every single day. And I choose this day, this day, this day. The morning after forever, I'm still here, and that is enough. I used to sing in the shower, loud and out of tune. I used to hum while driving under the sun and moon. I used to make up melodies for ordinary things, the way the coffee dripped, the way the doorbell rings. Music was my mother tongue, the language of my soul. I couldn't help but make it. I had no self-control. And you left and the silence came, and somewhere in the grief I opened my mouth to sing and found no sound, no relief. I forgot how to sing. The music left my chest, the melody that once came easy now is too heavy to invest. And my voice is a stranger, my throat is a locked door. I forgot how to sing, I don't remember what it's for. I hear songs on the radio and I don't know the words. The rhythm that once moved me is now something I've deferred to memory. I forgot how to sing. The chorus of my life has become a silent film without music, without wife. You were the harmony to my melody, the counterpoint, the bass. Our voices intertwined and found a shared collaborative space. I thought we were writing a symphony, a multi-movement piece. I thought the music we were making would never ever cease. But you stopped singing first. I think, or maybe I just couldn't hear the gradual diminuendo, the fading of your cheer. And then one day I opened my mouth to join you in our song and realized you weren't singing. And had it been for long, I forgot how to sing. The music left my chest, the melody that once came easy now is too heavy to invest. And my voice is a stray door, my throat Yesterday a song came on, an old one from before, and something in my chest unlocked. Something began to pour out of me. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't on key or in time, but it was mine. It was mine. It was mine. But today I remembered a homemade note, a cracked, imperfect sound. But today I surrendered to the music that was never really lost. Just patient, just ready to be found. I forgot how to sing, but I remember now. I remember now. I forgot how to sing. I used to sing it so. Today I forgot how to sing. Today I surrendered to the music that was never really lost. Just waiting, just patient, just ready to be found. I remember the last place we were together was a diner off the highway, Route 12, mile marker 43, a gray and rainy Tuesday. You had coffee black, I had tea with honey extra sweet. We didn't talk about the elephant taking up the whole seat. You checked your phone, I watched the rain trace rivers on the glass. The waitress asked if we wanted more coffee. We said no thanks, we're gonna pass. You paid the bill, left a tip, held the door for me, and that was it. That was the last time we would be. Our last known coordinates, latitude, longitude, time. A diner in New Jersey, a booth, a rainy gray prairie pan. Of our ending, no drama, no tears, no final grand address. Just coffee and tea and the quiet acknowledgement of our mutual distress. I have the GPS coordinates saved in my phone. Sometimes I look at them when I'm feeling particularly alone. Our last known coordinates, the exact place where we cease to be, the exact place where you stopped choosing me. I went back there once 6 months after you left. Sat in the same booth, ordered tea, felt utterly bereft. The waitress was different, The rain was different too. Everything was different, everything except the view of the parking lot where you parked your car that day. I sat there for an hour trying to find something to say to the ghost of you across from me. But the booth was empty, cold, and I realized that the coordinates weren't where our story was told. They were just a location, just numbers on a map. The real coordinates of our ending were in the gap between us. They were in the silence, they were in your eyes. The diner was just a diner. It wasn't our goodbye. Our last known coordinates, latitude, longitude, time. A diner in New Jersey, a booth, a rainy gray grapevine of our end, and no drama, no tears, no final grand address. Just coffee and tea and the quiet acknowledgement of our mutual distress. I have the GPS coordinates saved in my phone. Sometimes I look at them when I'm feeling particularly alone. Our last known coordinates, the exact place where we cease to be, the exact place where you stopped choosing me. I deleted the coordinates today. I don't need to know the exact latitude and longitude of our final quiet blow. You're not in New Jersey, you're not in a diner off the highway. You're just gone, and I'm learning to live in the anyway. I've no coordinates deleted, but I don't need a map to know where we ended. We ended in the space between your last word and my silence. We ended everywhere and nowhere. Our last known coordinates, I don't need them anymore. I am finally off the grid. I didn't know it was the last time. How could I have known? The last time you'd hold my hand, the last time you'd come home to me, the last time we'd make love, the last time we'd fight, the last time you'd turn over in bed and pull me towards you in the night. I didn't mark the date, I didn't take a photograph, I didn't savor the moment, I didn't do the math. I just lived it ordinary, another Tuesday in the life of us. I didn't know it was the last time, I didn't know it was the night. The last time's first time is the moment I didn't recognize, the moment I was living through with unindulgent eyes. I thought there would be more, I thought we had infinity. I didn't know that Tuesday was the end of you and me. I would have held on longer, I would have kissed you slow, I would have memorized your face if I had had the chance to know that this was it, that this was all, that this was our goodbye. I didn't know the last time was the last time, I didn't know. I replay it in my mind, that ordinary Tuesday night. You came home tired, ate dinner, said the food was alright. We watched the show, didn't talk much, you fell asleep on the couch. I covered you with a blanket, kissed your head, didn't wanna rouse you. I went to bed alone, read my book, turned out the light. I didn't know you'd be gone by morning, I didn't know you'd take flight. I didn't know that the last time I'd see you was you sleeping peaceful. was my hand on the blanket, gentle until the last time. First time is the moment I didn't recognize, the moment I was living through with unacknowledging eyes. I thought there would be more, I thought we had infinity. I didn't know that Tuesday was the end of you and me. I would have held on longer, I would have kissed you slow, I would have memorized your face if I had had the chance to know that this was it, that this was all, that this was our goodbye. I didn't know the last time was the last time. I didn't know. Now I try to live like every moment could be the last. I try to hold the present, not let it slip into the past. Unnoticed, I try to pay attention and mark the ordinary days, because you taught me in your leaving the most precious of ways to live, as if every kiss could be the final one, as if every setting sun could be the setting sun. The last time's first time. I didn't know, but now every moment is the last time. Every breath, the first time I didn't know, but now I know, and I am living like I know. I never used to be afraid of the dark. I'd sleep in pitch blackness, no nightlight, no spark of illumination. I was comfortable in the void, unafraid of the nothing, of the silence, unalloyed. But then you left, and the darkness changed its shape. It became a presence, a predator, a thing I couldn't escape. It became the color of your absence, the texture of your name. It became the landscape of my grief, the territory of my shame. So I've been sleeping with the light on, keeping the darkness at bay. I've been filling the night with illumination, pushing the shadows away, because the dark reminds me of the silence reminds me of you, and the endless empty nights are waiting for a love that never grew back. I've been sleeping with the light on, afraid of what I'll see when I close my eyes, and the darkness brings you back to me. I have lamps in every corner, the hallway light stays on, the bathroom nightlight flickers a feeble plastic dawn. My bedroom has three sources: the bedside, the dresser, the floor. I've turned my home into a beacon, a lighthouse without a shore. My friends say, aren't you tired? Doesn't it keep you awake? They don't understand the darkness is the risk I cannot take. They don't understand that the light is not for seeing, it's for not seeing you. It's for keeping your ghost at bay, for keeping my Last night I turned off the lamp on the bedside table. Just one light, just a small act of courage, a small brave fable of my own making. The room didn't collapse, the shadows didn't attack. I slept, and in the morning I didn't want you back. Sleeping with the light on. I'm learning to turn them off one by one. The hallway, the bathroom, the bedroom floor. I'm learning to trust the darkness again. I'm learning that you are not in the shadows, you are not in the silence, you are just gone. And I am learning to be in the dark without you. Sleeping with the light on. But tonight, maybe just the one light. Maybe eventually none at all. I never used to be, but tonight, maybe just the one light. Maybe eventually none at all, none at I stood on the shore of you, a lighthouse, steady and bright. I cast my beam across the water, a signal, a guiding light. I wasn't asking you to stay, anchored in my bay. I just wanted you to know the way back home, the way to safe harbor when the storms came, when the waves grew tall and mean. I wanted to be your constant, your landmark, your routine. I didn't need you to live on my island, I didn't need you to stay. I just needed you to know that I was here, that there was always a way. Back to shore, I kept my light rotating, faithful to my post. I was the keeper of the beacon, I was the one who loved you most. My love as a lighthouse, a steady, patient beam. I lit the way for you through the darkest, roughest seas. You'd sail away for months, explore other coasts and bays, and then you'd see my light and remember our old days. And you'd come home, you'd always come home, until one day you didn't. My light kept turning, sweeping the horizon, but you had already forbidden yourself from returning. You found a different harbor, a different kind of shore, and I'm still here. Lighthouse burning, 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 nevermore. I could have let my light die, I could have closed the station, I could have let the darkness take the coastal navigation, and leave the ships to find their own way through the treacherous Black Sea. But a lighthouse doesn't know how to stop being what it's meant to be. So I keep my beam rotating, steady and patient and slow, not waiting for you. You're not coming back, I know, but there are other ships out there, other sailors lost in the night. And maybe my light can guide them home, maybe my light can make things right. My love as a lighthouse, a steady, patient beam. I lit the way for you through the darkest, roughest seas. You'd sail away for months, explore other coasts and bays, and then you'd see my light and remember our old days. And you'd come home, you'd always come home, until one day you didn't. My light kept turning, sweeping the horizon, but you had already forbidden yourself from returning. You found a different harbor, a different kind of shore, and I'm still here. Lighthouse burning, burning, burning evermore. I am not waiting for you, I need you to understand. My light is not a signal just for you, it's not a demand. My light is what I am, it's how I navigate the world, it's how I find my way through the darkness, how my own sail is unfurled. My love as a lighthouse, not waiting, not wanting, just being, just burning. My love as a lighthouse, guiding myself home through the fog and the foam. My phone still suggests your name when I type the letter J. My Spotify playlist for you still includes the songs you'd play. My calendar still has your birthday marked, repeating every year. My Photos app still groups our faces, still insists you're here. The algorithms don't know you're gone, the machine hasn't learned, and you've been deleted from my life, that our bridge has been burned. So every day a small ghost appears on my glowing screen, a notification, a suggestion, a memory of what we'd been. You're the ghost in the machine, the digital afterlife of our love. You exist in the cloud, in the dead air, in the knife of autocorrect that still knows your name, in the GPS that still knows your address, in the shared calendars, the joint accounts, the remnants of our years. You're the ghost in the machine, the glitch I can't debug, the evidence of us that no amount of deleting can unplug. I try to purge you from the system, factory reset my life, but you keep reappearing, you keep cutting like a knife. I spent an afternoon last week deleting you from my feeds, unfriending, unfollowing, uprooting all the seeds I planted in the digital garden of our shared online life. I thought if I could erase you from the screen, I could end the strife. in my heart, but the algorithms are persistent. The machine has memory that I can't access, can't delete, can't force into a cemetery of lost files. You're in the metadata, the hidden code, the deep infrastructure of my digital life. You're the ghost I cannot believe. You're the ghost in the machine, the digital afterlife of our love. You exist in the cloud, in the data, in the knife of autocorrect that still knows your name, in the GPS that still knows your address, in the shared calendars, the joint accounts, the remnants of our yes. You're the ghost in the machine, the glitch I can't debug, the evidence of us that no amount of deleting cannot plug. I try to purge you from the system, factory reset my life, but you keep reappearing, you keep cutting like a knife. Maybe I don't need to delete you, maybe I don't need to erase every trace of you from every digital place. Maybe I can just let you be a ghost, a harmless, quiet glitch. Maybe I can accept that some memories are too deep to ditch. The ghost in the machine, you pop up sometimes, a memory, a suggestion, a rhyme. I don't delete you anymore, I just scroll past. You're just data now, you don't have to last. The ghost in the machine, fading with every update, every new phone, every new start. You're becoming a whisper, you're becoming a part of the background noise. The ghost in the machine, soon you'll be nothing but static. I've turned our love into a museum, a gallery of us. I am the curator, the docent, the one you can trust, to preserve the artifacts, to keep the memory safe. I've cataloged and archived you, put your relics in their place. The first photograph is in the entry hall, you and I, young and bright. The exhibition moves through time, through darkness and through light. There's a room for our arguments, the sharp and bitter fight. There's a room for our reconciliations, the soft and tender nights. A museum of memories, preserve them under glass. I walk the halls of what we were, I let the echoes pass through me. I'm the only visitor now, the only one who pays admission. I'm the only one who stays. A museum of memories, keep them safe from decay. I dust the frames, polish the glass, keep the fading light at bay. A museum of memories, but I'm starting to understand. coolest exhibit is the hardest one to display. It's the empty room at the end of the hall, the one that's painted gray. It's the room of your departure, the room of your goodbye. I didn't want to include it, I wanted to leave it dry and empty. But a museum must tell the whole story, the complete art. So I hung the key, you returned on the wall. I placed your last words in the dark. That room is the least visited gallery most days. I keep the door closed, but it's part of the collection now. It's part of what I've composed. I museum our memories, preserve them under glass. I museum our memories, preserve them under glass. I walk the halls of what we were, I let the echoes pass through me. I'm the only visitor now, the only one who pays admission. I'm the only one who stays. I museum our memories, keep them safe from decay. I dust the frames, polish the glass, keep the fading light at bay. I museum our memories, but I'm starting to understand that a museum is a place for the past, it's not where the living stand. Today I closed the museum, I turned off the lights, locked the door. I stood outside in the fresh air and realized I didn't live there anymore. I've been a visitor in my own life, a tourist in my own days. I've been preserving the past while the present faded into haze. I museum our memories, but museums are for visiting, not for living in. I museum our memories, but I am not a curator. I am a woman with a life to live. I museum our memories, and today I left the museum. I walked out into the sun. I am not the keeper of the past, I am the creator of what's to come. I museum our memories, but I am not a museum. I am alive, I am here, I am in I am now. I They ask me if I still love you, and I don't know how to answer. Love is not a light switch, it's not a binary dancer. It's not something you turn off when the relationship is done. It's a slow, diminishing fire, a retreating sun. So yes, there is love that remains, there is warmth in the ash, there is a memory of flame, there is echo of the flash. But it's not the love that built us, not the love that made us grow. It's the love that mourns itself, the love that's letting go. This is the love that remains, quiet, patient kind. Not the love that reaches forward, but the love that looks behind. Not the love that builds and plants and grows, but the love that grieves and tends to the aftermath, to the relics, to the amends. This is the love that remains when the fire has burned low. Not the love that says I want you, but the love that says I know you're gone, and I accept it and I'm learning to release. This is the love that remains. This is the love of peace. It doesn't wake me in the night with desperate clutching need. It doesn't scour your social media. It doesn't obsess and feed on memories. It's quieter than that, more settled and more still. It's the acceptance of the loss, the surrender of the will to make you come back. It's a soft, sad understanding that some loves are not forever, that some end is not demanding of revenge or bitterness or blame. It's a simple, honest fact that I loved you and you left me, and my heart is still intact. This is the love that remains, the quiet, patient kind. Not the love that reaches forward, but the love that looks behind. Not the love that builds and plants and grows, but the love that grieves and tends to the aftermath, to the relics, to the amends. This is the love that remains when the fire has burned low. Not the love that says I want you, but the love that says I know you're gone, and I accept it and I'm learning to release. This is the love that leaves. This is the love of peace. I don't need you to know this love, I don't need you to receive it. This love is not for you anymore. I'm the one who needs to believe it. It's the love I had for who I was when I was loving you. It's the love I had for who I'm becoming now that we are through. The love that remains, not a fire, not a flame, just the warmth of memory, just a quiet claim of a heart that learned to love and then to lose. The love that remains, the love I get to choose, to keep, to hold, to honor. The love that remains, not for you. For me. For me. Didn't happen all at once. There was no single tear, no moment when I knew the end was finally here. It was a gradual loosening, a thread pulled bit by bit. The fabric of our love was strong, but over time it quit. Holding its shape, the first thread pulled the day you forgot to call. The second pull when you chose your friends and I was not included at all. The third pull when you criticized my dress. The fourth, my laugh. The fifth pull when you said my love was half. patient, quiet undoing. Not a sudden rupture, but a gradual, steady losing of the weave. Each thread a memory, each pull a small goodbye. And I kept trying to rethread the needle, kept trying to rectify the loosening. I gathered the loose threads and tried to tuck them back in, but you kept pulling and I kept losing. And the unraveling began, love slow unraveling. I watched it happen, thread by thread, and by the time I realized what was happening, the whole thing was dead. The middle threads were harder to identify and name. They were the subtle pulls, the ones I couldn't really blame on any single event. The way your hand in mine grew loose, the way your I love yous became something you would produce on autopilot. The way your eyes would drift when I spoke of our plans. The way you stopped reaching for me in the night with eager hands. These threads were thin and fragile, easy to overlook, but they were the threads that held the weight of us, the threads that ultimately broke. It was love slow unraveling, a patient, quiet undoing. Not a sudden rupture, but a gradual, steady losing of the weave. Each thread a memory, each pull a small goodbye. And I kept trying to rethread the needle, kept trying to rectify the loosening. I gathered the loose threads and tried to tuck them back in, but you kept pulling and I kept losing. And the unraveling began, love slow unraveling. I watched it happen, thread by thread, and by the time I realized what was happening, the whole thing was dead. The last thread was the quietest, it didn't make a sound. It was a thread of hope, and one day it wasn't around. I looked at the pile of fabric at my feet, the remnants of our life, and I felt not sorrow, not anger, not regret, not strife. I felt acceptance, I felt peace, I felt the release of the hold. Some things are meant to be rewoven, some stories are meant to be told and then closed. Love slow unraveling, it finally reached its end, and I was ready to begin again. Love slow unraveling, it took years to complete, but now the fabric is just threads, and the threads are at my feet. I could try to reweave it, I could try to make it new, but some fabrics can't be remade, some love can't be renewed. Love slow unraveling, I watched it thread by thread, but I am not the fabric, I am the one who threads the needle, I am the weaver, and I am ready to weave something when you left my life unspooled like a garment come undone. The seams you'd held together with your presence came undone. I was a pile of fabric, of patterned pieces of thread, scattered across the floor of the life we thought we led. I didn't know where to begin, I didn't know the first stitch. I didn't know how to reassemble itself without you as its pitch. An anchor, I just sat in the mess of where we used to be, and wondered if I'd ever find the needle to make me. But I've been picking up the threads, one by one, gathering the fibers of the self I was before we begun. Some threads are frayed and broken, too damaged to repair. Some threads I don't recognize, they're new and I don't know where they came from. But I'm picking them up anyway, winding them into a ball. I'm learning that a broken garment doesn't have to be the fall of everything. I'm picking up the threads slowly, patiently. I'm learning that the person I'm becoming is someone I wanna be. The first thread I picked up was my morning routine. A long coffee newspaper, the quiet of a house that was my own. It felt strange at first, too silent, too empty of your sound. But gradually the silence became something I had found rather than lost. The second thread was my work, my craft. I neglected it for years. Let your ambitions be the raft I floated on. But I built my own boat, my own sail, my own direction. I started creating things again without your inspection. But I've been picking up the threads, one by one, gathering the fibers of the self I was before we begun. Some threads are frayed and broken, too damaged to repair. Some threads I don't recognize, they're new and I don't know where they came from. But I'm picking them up anyway, winding them into a ball. I'm learning that a broken garment doesn't have to be the fall of everything. I'm picking up the threads slowly, patiently. I'm learning that the person I'm becoming is someone I wanna be. I'm not the same garment I was before you, I can't go back. The fabric has been cut and sewn and shaped by our attack on each other. But I'm not the garment you left behind either. I'm something new, something I'm weaving from the threads I've gathered here. Picking up the threads, not to reconstruct the past, but to weave something new, something that will last. Picking up the threads and I'm not rushing, I'm taking my time. Each thread a choice, each thread a line in the story of my becoming. Picking up the threads and the garment I'm making is finally mine. I spent years becoming the person you wanted me to be. I studied your preferences, your desires, your philosophy. I molded myself to your expectations, shaped myself to your design. I became a reflection of you, an echo, a copy, a line. In your story I forgot the sound of my own voice. I forgot that I had choices, that I had a different choice than pleasing you. I became an expert in your wants and needs. I became an amateur in my own hopes, my own dreams, my own creed. Now I'm learning the art of unbecoming, the slow, patient work of peeling away the layers of you that in me lurk. I'm learning to unlearn your voice as the authority. I'm learning to disagree with your old critiques of me. The art of unbecoming is not becoming someone new. It's remembering who I was before I became someone for you. It's excavating the self I buried under your design. The art of unbecoming, the slow, sacred work of mine. I started with the small things. The music you said was noise. The clothes you said were unflattering. The friends you said weren't your choice. Reclaim my playlist, my wardrobe, my relationships, my taste. I reclaim the parts of me you labeled as a waste. Then I moved to the bigger things. My career, my dreams, my voice. The opinions I'd suppressed because they weren't your choice. The ambitions I'd abandoned because they didn't fit your plan. The version of myself I'd sacrificed to be your biggest fan. Now I'm learning the art of unbecoming, the slow, patient work of peeling away the layers of you that in me lurk. I'm learning to unlearn your voice as the authority. I'm learning to disagree with your old critiques of me. The art of unbecoming is not becoming someone new. It's remembering who I was before I became someone for you. It's excavating the self I buried under your design. The art of unbecoming, the slow, sacred work of mine. Underneath all the layers of you, she was still there. A little dusty, a little quiet, a little worse for wear. But she looked at me with hopeful eyes and said, I knew you'd come. And I said, I'm sorry it took so long. I'm sorry I was numb. The art of unbecoming. I'm not becoming new. I'm remembering, I'm returning, I'm recovering me. The art of unbecoming, layer by layer, year by year, I'm finding her again. The one I was before you. She's not perfect, she's not polished, she's not what you wanted, but she is mine and she is enough. The art of unbecoming, I am finally becoming myself. You left in April when the world was beginning to green. The daffodils were blooming, the trees were shaking off the sheen. A winter you packed your bags in spring. When everything was born, you left me in the season of resurrection and a morn. And I thought that was fitting, a new beginning for you, a chance to start fresh, to find a love that was new. But you took the warmth with you when you walked out the door, and somehow, impossibly, winter returned to my shore. You left winter behind, a permanent frosty guest. You left the cold and the silence and the permanent unrest of a heart that can't thaw. You left in spring, but you took the sun. And now my calendar says April, but my soul says December's one. You left winter behind, and it settled in my bones and made a home in my marrow, in the deepest, quietest tones of my being. You left winter behind, and I don't know how to make it leave. I don't know how to unwinter a heart that's learned to grieve. My friends say, but it's beautiful outside, let's go sit in the park. They don't understand that I'm navigating permanent dark and cold. They don't understand that the temperature outside has nothing to do with the temperature where my heart resides. I wear sweaters in July, I drink hot tea in the sun. I can't seem to warm myself, I can't seem to be done with this internal winter, this landscape of ice and snow. You left in April, but you took the ability to glow. You left winter behind, a permanent frosty guest. You left the cold and the silence and the permanent unrest of a heart that can't thaw. You left in spring, but you took the sun. And now my calendar says April, but my soul says December's one. You left winter behind, and it settled in my bones and made a home in my marrow, in the deepest, quietest tones of my being. You left winter behind, and I don't know how to make it leave. I don't know how to winter a heart that's learned to grieve. But even the longest winter eventually gives way to spring. Even the deepest snow eventually hears the birds sing. I'm not there yet, I'm still in the frost and the gray, but I saw a crocus pushing through the snow today. You left winter behind, but spring is patient. It doesn't give up, it pushes through the frozen ground. It finds the light. You left winter behind, but I am learning to be my own thought. I am learning to be my own spring. You left winter behind, but I am blooming anyway. You left 3 years ago, 3 years, 4 months, 11 days. And still I find myself orbiting your old familiar ways. My heart still tilts towards your memory like a compass to the north. My body still leans in the direction of your word. It's not that I want to, it's not that I choose to stay caught in your gravitational pull. It's just that the decay of your orbit is slow. It takes time for a planet to break free from the sun that was its center. It takes time to disagree with physics. I am a moon without a planet to revolve around. And still I circle the empty space where your gravity was found. This persistent gravity, this pull toward what was. I don't know how to escape the orbit of what was us. You're a celestial body that no longer exists. And still my heart charts its course. Still my soul insists on circling your absence, on tracking your empty space. I'm caught in the gravitational field of your face. This persistent gravity, this endless silent spin. I don't know how to stop loving you. I don't know how to begin to fall in another direction. I don't know how to break free from this persistent gravity, this pull of you on me. I've tried to change my trajectory, I've tried to find a new star. I've dated other planets, thought they could take me far from your influence, but every orbit eventually bends back towards your memory, back to where all love ends and begins. It's not that these new celestial bodies aren't bright, it's that my navigation system was calibrated to your light. I learned to steer by your coordinates, to chart by your design. Now in the vast dark universe, you're the only map I can align. This persistent gravity, this pull toward what was. I don't know how to escape the orbit of what was us. You're a celestial body that no longer exists. And still my heart charts its course. Still my soul insists on circling your absence, on tracking your empty space. I'm caught in the gravitational field of your face. This persistent gravity, this endless silent spin. I don't know how to stop loving you. I don't know how to begin to fall in another direction. I don't know how to break free from this persistent gravity, this pull of you on me. But gravity is not forever. Even black holes evaporate. Even the strongest pull can with time abate. I am learning to be my own center. I am learning to hold my own orbit. I am learning that my story is mine to fold. This persistent gravity is weakening slowly. The arc of my orbit is widening. I'm learning to drift. This persistent gravity, one day I'll escape. You're pulling tightly. One day I'll be free, but today I'm still circling the space where you used to be. This persistent gravity, this love, this ache, this slow, steady drift away. You always said you loved sad songs, the minor keys, the ache. You said they made you feel less alone in your own heart's earthquake. You play them on repeat, driving, working, falling asleep. You said sadness was the only company you could keep. I didn't understand it then, I was a major key. Girl, I love the happy endings, the bright and hopeful world. But then you left, and suddenly the minor keys made sense. Suddenly the ache was not an audience, it was evidence. Now I've become your favorite sadness, the melancholy you adore. I've become the slow, sad piano, the unresolved chord. I've become the song you'd play when you needed to feel understood. I've become the evidence that sadness can be good. I am your favorite the soundtrack of my mind. I am your favorite sadness, the grief you used to crave. I am the song you played on repeat. I am the notes you gave. I listen to the songs you love, the ones I didn't get. And now I hear the loneliness, the longing, the regret. I hear the ghost of you in every lyric, every line. I hear the sadness that you carried, and I realize it's mine. Now to you, pass it to me like a gift, like a curse, like a creed. You taught me how to feel the ache, how to water the seed of sorrow. And now I understand why you love these songs so much. They're the only company that doesn't ask for anything or club. Now I become the sweet sadness, the melancholy you adore. I become the slow, sad piano, the unresolved chord. I become the song you'd play when you needed to feel understood. I become the evidence that sadness can be good. I am your favorite sadness now, the ache you left behind, the minor key you always loved has become the soundtrack of my mind. I am your favorite sadness, the grief you used to crave. I am the song you played on repeat. I am the notes you gave. I don't wanna be your favorite sadness anymore. I don't wanna be the minor key, the unresolved chord. I wanna learn to write my own music in my own key. I wanna learn to be happy, even if it's without you, without me. Your favorite sadness, I was the song you played, but I am not a song. I am not a note you made. Your favorite sadness, I'm learning to change the key from minor to major, from grief to free. Your favorite sadness, I'm writing a new refrain, and the chorus is happy, and the key is in pain. Your favorite sadness.